What's up guys, and here's my review of the new Tein Flex Coilovers I installed in my RX8. Those of you who are following my channel, you'll notice that I posted a video where I replaced my blown up old JIC Magics with these new Tein Flex Z Coilovers. And let me just start off by saying I am very impressed. So I got the whole set on eBay. It was $800. So it was cheaper than you can usually find them, so I was very happy with that. And they were the Tein Flex Z's. I didn't want like just the Tein Street basis, I wanted to go the Flex Z's. So I was very happy with that. So I installed these coilovers in the recommended settings of stiffness and height and stuff. So it actually made it a little bit higher than when it was on my JIC Magics. But I mean, it's winter, they're new, so they are settling down just a little bit also. And overall, the height I'm actually pretty happy with. It's a little bit more practical to drive, to be honest. I might lower it to be lowered later on in the summer, but we'll have to see. So I've been driving pretty hard on these new coilovers, and I think I've given myself enough time to do a proper review on them. So let's get started. So immediately upon driving on these coilovers, I noticed how much softer they are compared to my JIC Magics. It's a lot softer, smoother ride, and it's just way more comfortable, especially for a daily driver. Plus, a softer suspension, it's gonna allow you to get more grip on bumps, so it's actually a win-win. Now the spring rates on these are 7 kilograms per millimeter in the front and 5 kilograms per millimeter in the back. And the JIC Magic spring rates, I'm not sure exactly what those are, but I believe they are a little bit higher in both. So besides the ride on the Tein Flex Z's being softer and more comfortable and smoother, the more important thing here that I think everybody wants to know is how do they perform? And if you saw in my POV video last week, they performed pretty well. I was hitting corners very quickly, and on my old JIC Magics, I can tell you for sure that I would have kicked the back end out, but with these new Tein Flex, I just stuck the turn. And these are the same tires, like, I am convinced that on the JIC Magics, I would have, there's this one turn in particular, I'll put a video of it. I'm convinced that on the JIC Magics, I would have kicked the back end out. And in this video, the back end doesn't kick out at all. I'm gonna assume the reasoning for this is that the Teins are a little bit softer in the rear and the JIC Magics are a little bit stiffer in the rear, because I know a stiffer rear end will allow it to kick back on turns and cause oversteer. So I'm really happy with the balance from these coilovers, the stiffness wise in the front compared to the rear, because as I was driving, it was very much like this car was planting the corners. It wasn't understeering, it wasn't oversteering, it was a perfect balance. And I'm overall extremely impressed with these coilovers, especially for the price of only $800 for this set. It blows my mind that something that affordable could be this amazing. Honestly, I was expecting not so great coilovers, but after installing these and driving on them, I'm convinced that these things are better than the JIC Magics. So I know I've been comparing a lot about the Tein Flex Z and the JIC Magics, but what about stock? So I've been comparing these Tein Flex mostly to the JIC Magics and not to stocks, because I haven't had stock suspension in about 5 years on this car. But I did recently drive an RX8 with stock suspension, and I can tell you that the stock suspension is honestly, it's pretty stiff, but it's softer than my JIC Magics. I would say that the softness is similar to the Tein Flex and the handling, but the Tein Flex Z's are lower. And if you have blown shocks and are looking for an upgrade, I would say that the Tein Flex Z is a great place to go. They're affordable, they're good quality with what I've seen. Fitment was perfect, it was excellent. And they handle well, they're comfortable. I mean, these things are an overall bang for the buck. I've never installed a mod this affordable that made me this impressed. And that is extremely genuine. So I hope this video provided you some information if you're deciding to go with coilovers or new suspension or anything like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. If you can't tell, I'm very impressed with these coilovers and would highly recommend them.